You are watching an ORACLOUD Plus Training as a Service video snippet. Snippets are concise, targeted tutorials explaining how to use, configure, integrate, deploy, and support Oracle's Fusion Cloud applications. Snippets are delivered via FAST, the Fusion Application Support Tool. FAST is accessible via the web at www.oracloud.plus. No more watching hours of learning path style videos to get to the 5-minute snippet you need. Learn Oracle's Fusion Cloud applications in minutes, not hours. Welcome to the Procurement Services video presentation. This video is intended for beginners looking to learn more about Oracle's Fusion Cloud applications. It explains what procurement services are as performed within large public and private organizations. Note, this video is heavily related to the purchasing services and sourcing services videos, so you'll want to watch them together. This video can be found within FAST, within the Procurement Cloud Training Group, more specifically in the Intro to Procurement Cloud Training Center, as you can see here, under the Learn menu option. If you do not have access to FAST, email your name and contact information to access at ORACLOUD.plus. So key topics are as follows. What are procurement services? Where are procurement services performed? Who performs procurement services? Self-service procurement, full service procurement, and lastly, why are procurement services performed? So let's jump in. First topic, what are procurement services? Procurement is the process of finding, agreeing to terms, and acquiring items, meaning goods, services, or works, from an external source, often via tendering or competitive bidding process. So the key takeaway here is procurement, or the procurement process, has two sub-processes: acquiring items, which we loosely call purchasing, and agreeing to terms, which we loosely refer to as sourcing. Second topic, where are procurement services performed? Procurement services are typically centrally located and shared across business units within larger organizations. We typically see dedicated procurement services, meaning a department, when an organization's spend exceeds $300 million annually. Third topic, who performs procurement services? Well, quite a few people: employees, supervisors, buyers, category managers, contract administrators, and more. So let's take a quick walk through what that looks like. So employees request items. Supervisors or even commodity owners review and approve those requests. Category teams then negotiate those requests given business rules, of course. Contract admins author contracts related to those negotiations. Buyers process the requests into POs, linking or not linking to contracts, based again on business terms or rules. Employees receive the items which they requested and purchased. All the while, you may engage supplier management to enable suppliers, contract admins to author pre-purchase agreements or contracts, and then suppliers act as the counterparty to facilitate the entire process via self-service. The tasks that you see in green are loosely referred to as the purchasing services. The tasks you see in pink or fuchsia are loosely referred to as the sourcing services. Next, topic 4, self-service procurement, or catalog-driven procurement. So requesters will purchase using pre-negotiated content, collectively referred to as, let's say, catalogs. So as you can see here, the requesters search these catalogs and add items to their cart, just as they would in, let's say, Amazon. They then submit those carts for approval. As we saw in just the last example, the approvers approve. Because they're catalog orders, meaning they've already been sourced, the orders are auto-generated because we have price and supplier that's approved. Requesters or docs then receive the items when they get there. This process is collectively referred to as the self-service procurement process. Next up, full service. So now let's go back to our example. Our requesters search catalogs for items. And unlike Amazon, where you must find everything in, let's say, a catalog, in corporate purchasing or large organizational purchasing, you may not find anything. So what do you do when no items found? Well, you create a non-catalog request, and that non-catalog request engages others to provide sourcing services, hence the full service approach. So these are the steps, if you will, largely or generically, of what can be done under sourcing services. We can register or create new suppliers. We can get the agreements or contracts in place that are needed prior to doing or engaging with that supplier, so a master service, master hosting, master end user license, a non-disclosure, joint venture, etc. We then have category managers that will negotiate with those suppliers, again, given business rules. We have contract admins that may or may not, again, given business rules, contract with those suppliers. And then if it's a goods repeatable purchase, buyers will enable catalogs so that next or in future instances, requesters can self-service their transaction, hence a lot of the value of procurement. However, not everything, read services or some goods, one-off, will go into a catalog, so it simply falls out of a contract into an order and is consumed. So last topic, number 6, why are procurement services performed? Well, it's important to remember the procurement services seek to achieve 3 main organizational goals. First, decreasing the per unit costs of a good or a service. Next, increasing the productivity around the purchasing of that good or service. So you hear all the time about supplier portal, supplier enablement, self-service requesting like we just saw, any number of different integrations that are all focused on increasing productivity. And then lastly, the ability to mitigate counterparty risk. So there's entire pieces of the application that allow suppliers to manage important criteria like insurance or supplier diversity or certifications out in the real world. And they can manage that data inside of Fusion, and it can be escalated to workflow, used in sourcing, but it allows the procurement department to mitigate their risk by keeping all this information current. So are you ready to move to the next video? Well, do you understand what procurement services are? Do you understand catalog versus non-catalog requesting? Do you understand self versus full service? And do you understand 3 ways to measure procurement's value? If the answer is no, then either watch again or feel free to reach out to me directly. You can see here on the left, that's my email address, and I'm always available to answer questions. If the answer is yes, great, then maybe you want to watch more video. So you can go to our playlist out on YouTube by going to YouTube and searching on ORACLOUD Plus Inc. Or you can go from our website to the tool we call FAST, the Fusion Application Support Tool, and you can access the full catalog of our Learn, Use, Configure, Integrate, Deploy, and Support videos online. So that's it for this tutorial. We hope you found it informative, and keep watching.